Hey everyone, we're going to give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started pretty close to 11 since we've got a lot to cover today. We're going to give it just one more minute and then Amy's going to kick us off.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and kick us off. Hello, I am Amy Gilmore, show director for tise, and welcome to our October webinar, the second in our series. The teams put together a great list of topics, including profile updates, ordering services, deadlines, shipping, and sponsorships. Feel free to drop any questions in the Q&A box as we go, but we will have Q&A sessions at the end. This will be recorded in the event. You need to pass along anything to someone else on your team. First off, event details. Here are the dates of the expo as well as education. We're again 9 to 5, 9 to 5, 9 to 3 hours on show days. And we do want to point out the manufacturers panel discussing the state of the industry on Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. before the show opens. We'll end this at 8:50, so you'll have enough time to make it to the session if you like and make it to your booth before the show opens. And this is a free event for all of our exhibitors. Now I'll turn it over to Tiffany to talk about your profile.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Davis, Marketing Manager for tise. As an exhibitor, one of the best marketing opportunities you have to promote your presence at the event is to update your exhibitor profile in the exhibitor portal. There are 3 package options available, and each one offers unique benefits. There is the basic listing, which is automatically included when you sign your exhibitor contract. Next is the enhanced package. This option gives your company more visibility to attendees searching the online directory. Our top tier option is maximum exposure. This includes everything in the enhanced package, plus additional premium features for maximum visibility before and during the show. Now, let's walk through how to update your exhibitor profile. To get started, log into your exhibitor portal by visiting our website at www.intlsurfaceevent.com. Once you're on the home page, hover over the exhibit drop-down menu and click Exhibitor Resources. From there, select Log in to your 2026 exhibitor portal. You'll then be taken to the exhibitor portal login page. Each login is unique to the individual user, not the company. So make sure you're using your own email to set up your password. If you ever forget your password, no problem. Just click Forgot Password and follow the prompts to reset it using your email address. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Jessie, who will walk you through exactly how to update your exhibitor profile step by step.
Thank you so much for that, Tiffany. As Tiffany mentioned, once you have logged in to your exhibitor portal, you're able to update your profile. First of all, I'm going to walk you through each of these steps and also give you some tips and tricks to make the best out of your profile update. First of all, when you click on description, this is where all of your company information will lie. You're able to edit your name as it appears on your profile.
Jesse, hang on just a second. You're not sharing your screen.
Huh, it says I'm sharing. One sec.
You are. You're good.
Oh, hold on, let me reshare then.
Yeah, you were good.
Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, I see it now. Sorry, I didn't see it before.
You are fine. So as I was saying, this is where you're able to update your company name, your address, your company email, your website, which is very important. And this is also where you're able to add your social media handles. And finally, this is also where you're able to add your description. Something else that is important about this section is that you're able to select who your target audience will be at the event. And you're also able to input your hiring page in case there are any openings that you want to make known to attendees. Once you have made all of your necessary selections and updates, you can click on Update Company Information to save that information. Also, before I forget, this is a maximum exposure package. Therefore, I will show you all of the available offerings. If you don't see some of your offerings that you see over here on the screen, that might be because you have a tier 1 or a tier 2 package. You can contact your account executive if you want to upgrade your package. Now, in order to upload your logo, you're going to click on Logo. And here you're able to upload your desired picture. Take a quick look at the specs over on the right to make sure that your picture is a file that's actually accepted, such as a JPEG or PNG, and the specs as how it will display. Once you're done making your selections, click on Save and Continue in order to save your logo. Now, to upload a photo or a video, you're going to click on Product Photos and Videos. First, I will walk you through how to upload a video. You will click on Add Video or Photo. And here, once again, you're going to click on Video to select the video. Also, take a quick look at the specs over here on the right to make sure that you're uploading an actual supported file. You will first click on video. It must be within an MP4, WebM, MOV, or OGG, and it can also not exceed 5 minutes in length. In terms of the 5 minutes in length, it also has to do with the file size. So it should be around 100 megabits or less. Otherwise, it will not upload. Also, when you upload a video, you have to upload a thumbnail photo. This is also known as your video preview photo. The specs are over here on the right. Once again, file formats that are supported are JPEGs and PNGs, and they also have a minimum size. Finally, you're going to give your video a title and a description. And then over here, the last question is whether or not this video is product specific. If you select yes, it'll link back to your product categories that we're going to talk over in a little bit. Once you're done making all of your necessary updates, you will click on Add Show Feature in order to upload your video. Please be advised that videos take up to 15 minutes to show up on your profile and at least 5 minutes to actually load onto the portal. Now, if you're going to upload a photo, instead of selecting video, you're going to select photo. And here you'll add your photo. Once again, look at the specs on the right because there is a different minimum size in the thumbnail pictures, and there's also an ideal size that is advised. Once again, supported file formats are JPEGs and PNGs. Similar to the video, you'll give it a title and a description, and same thing on whether or not this picture is product specific. Once you have made your selections, click on Add Show Feature in order to add your photo. Now, to add and update your exhibitor categories, click on Exhibitor Categories. In order to make new selections, you will click here to make those updates. Once you are done making your selections, you will then click here to save updates. Do not get those two buttons confused. Now to upload exhibitor collateral, click on Exhibitor Collateral. What we refer to as collateral can be anything from white paper, brochure, press releases, case studies, or even videos. You're going to give your collateral a title, and then you will select whether it is a Word or PDF file or a URL. If you're going to upload a Word or PDF file, once again, there are some specs that you have to take a look at. Maximum file size is 5 megabits, and the supported documents formats are docs and PDFs. My personal suggestion is if you have these press releases or collaterals on your website to just upload a URL because that does trigger some further clicks on your website than just looking at a document. But both ways are very effective over on your profile. Once you're done making all your necessary changes, click on Submit Exhibitor Collateral to upload that collateral on your profile. Now, if you have one of the upper tier packages, you're also able to add exhibitor scheduled events. These are the same things as your show specials. What this means is that if you have any sort of special event that's happening at your booth, you can make a quick ad about it. You're going to give it a title, a description, select which type of event this is. You're going to give it a time so that attendees know when to stop by your booth. You're going to link it if it's something available over on your website. And if you have a photo ad for it, you can also add that at this time. Once you have made your necessary changes, click on Submit Exhibitor Schedule Event to upload your show special. Now, in order to add any of your brands, you can click on Brands. Do not mistake this with a secondary listing. What we mean by brands are any trademark brands that your company owns that will just appear onto your profile as just as a list of brands that you own. This is not necessarily brands that you trade or brands that you resell, just brands that you own. And now finally, to add virtual business cards, you will click on virtual business cards. This is also known as an online contact. You will click on yes to publish this information over on your profile. You're going to give your contact name, title, email address. If you want to, you can add their social media handles. If you also would like to, you can add a description. We also give the option of adding a headshot. I personally advise to add a headshot as this gives a face to the name and attendees know who they're going to be looking out for at the show. Once again, look at the specs. There's a minimum and a maximum for these pictures. They will show up basically in a square format with a circle. Once you're done making all of your changes, you can click on Submit Business Cards to upload your virtual business card. These are the steps to upload all the content necessary over in your profile. If at any time you would like to see how a profile looks over on the attendee side, you can click on the hyperlinked name or number right next to the word booth. This will take you over to the way your profile looks. Something I also wanted to do before we end this section of the webinar is show you a pretty completed profile so that you can translate what I just went through and how this looks for an attendee site. So here we have AHF products. They have definitely maxed out all 16 of their show features. So as you can see, it almost looks like a catalog. They also have their website uploaded. They have their company information up to date. They have all of their social media handles. They have their description nice and robust so that attendees can know who they're going to see, as well as their categories. So attendees also know which categories they're aligned with. And they also have their collateral resources over here on the page. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put them over in our Q&A and we will definitely take a look at them before the webinar is over. At this time, then I am going to hand it over to Dana with operations.
Thanks, Jesse. Hi, everyone. I'm Dana Merle, Senior Event Operations Manager on tise, and I'm going to start the section on how to order services for your booth. The first step is to log into your exhibitor portal. Once on the portal homepage, select Resources in that left-hand navigation bar and click on Order Exhibitor Services. Once you're on that next page, you'll see the list of all services available to you to outfit your exhibit space. The first item on the list is Essential Exhibitor Services, but I'm going to skip this one for now and we'll come back to it here in just a minute. The other services listed include concierge event services, which would be temp staff to help man your booth if you need it, customs broker services, and international shipping. For any of you outside of the US, this is critical information for you. In-booth security services, lead retrieval to track and capture attendee information from those who visit your booth, photography and videography services if you need those, plant and floral rental, promotional printing services for all those fun giveaway items with your company branding. You can get it from Broadnax. And short-term event insurance. If you don't already have the required insurance coverage, you can purchase a short-term policy that will cover just the dates for tise, and it's very affordable. And now going back to that first item we skipped, essential booth services. Those are all the services that you'll order from the GSC, General Service Contractor, which is Freeman, and those that are provided by the facility, which is Mandalay Bay. And then going on to that next slide there. Services provided by Freeman include booth furnishings, carpet and flooring, I&D labor for installation and dismantle, display design services, audio video equipment and services, shipping, and light rigging, which is anything under 200 pounds. Mandalay Bay services include electric, plumbing, catering, internet services, booth cleaning, and rigging for those items over 200 pounds, or if the item being hung requires power. And we actually have some representatives from both Freeman and Mandalay Bay on the webinar today to provide live walkthroughs of their individual order sites, so you'll know exactly how to place orders for the services you're needing. Representing Freeman is Kirsten Ferguson, and we also have Megan Roberts and Dara Osorio, who are part of Mandalay Bay's exhibitor services team. We'll start with Freeman and then go to Mandalay Bay's site. Kirsten, I'll let you take it from here, and we'll follow with Megan and Dara.
Thanks, Dana. All right, so as Dana mentioned, I'm Kirsten Ferguson with Freeman's Exhibitor Support Team. I'm going to be walking through ordering on Freeman's website. Let me share. All right, hopefully you can see my screen. Let me know if you can't. But first things first, we're going to talk through logging into Freeman's website. So the main login screen is what we're looking at here. You can get here through Freeman's main page by clicking Find, Show, and Order. Or if you visit Freeman's website through a direct link, there's a login icon in the upper right. Both of those options will take you here. And so starting out, you'll see you can create an account at the top. If you do not have a Freeman account, we're going to walk through what that looks like. If you do have a Freeman account, you can enter in your credentials or use our account recovery tools if you've forgotten your password or your username. I'm going to click Create an Account so you can see what that process looks like. The first step in this process is going to be locating your company. So we do want to ensure that your account is associated with the correct companies, that we have all of your company and booth information. So this is what that step looks like. You'll enter in your company name. And then if you get too broad of a search, you can also refine by your location as well. We do have the option to search by show and booth or by your customer number if those are easier ways to locate your company. Once you have created an account, you'll be taken into the tise landing page. So you'll see first things first, we try to make it easy for you to find out when your discount price deadline is and other important dates. So we have this timeline at the top. It's going to highlight the discount price deadline. You can also find advanced freight and move-in information as well. Further down the page, you'll see our main navigation tiles. The first tile is going to be shop products and services. That's our full show catalog, which we'll walk through in a moment. And then we have our shipping and material handling information. This is where you'll go for all of the important information about shipping to and from the event, like important dates, target information, all that good stuff. We've got order from previous shows. So if you've done an order with Freeman in the past, you can order from a previous event. And then we have some helpful information like shipping with Freeman, exhibitor education, and some additional tiles here. I'm going to click into the shop products and services tile. So again, this is our full show catalog. At the top, again, we have the link for ordering from a previous event. We have a link to see what's included in your booth space. And then if you are working with a third party, they can register as your third party with this icon here. The main catalog page is split into 4 sections. The first section is Build Your Booth. This is going to be all of the tangible options that Freeman offers. Then Manage Your Freight. This is going to be shipping services, material handling, and priority empty return labels. We've got Service Your Booth, which is labor, and then frequently missed items. Some of those items that we know sometimes people forget to order, we've gathered those for you here. I'm going to walk through just a few of these to help you get a feel for the site and how it works. So first, I'm going to click into the furnishings section. We have furnishings split up by categories. You'll see showcases, short chairs, short tables, tall chairs, tall tables, sofas, office furniture, and more. I'm going to click into the chair section just so you can see we've got a list of options, and then along the left, you can filter as well. I'm going to click into the Allegro chair just as an example. So you'll see the discounted price and then what the price will be after the discount. You can see additional information like the dimensions, weight capacity. You can zoom in on the product and see similar products. We also have some features to help you compare options if you're trying to decide between two different furnishing options. And then you can also add items to a wish list. So if you're trying to build a few different options, maybe you want to work with your team to review what options you want to order, the wish list is a really great tool for that. All right, I'm going to go back to the products and services page and scroll down to the manage your freight section. I'm going to click into material handling because I think that's one of the services that Freeman offers that sometimes comes with some confusion or hesitancy. So I want to walk through how you can find the information that you're looking for. So first at the top, we have important information. So this is going to be maps, directions, labor jurisdictions, all the good info that we recommend reading through before shipping any freight to Freeman. We also have an estimation tool. So if you click in here, you can get an estimate for the freight based on the weight that you are shipping. Your outbound paperwork. This lets Freeman know that you have freight leaving the event. Your priority empty container return labels, and then some inbound labels that you can download in advance of the show and place on your freight. Further down on the page, we have important receiving dates for both the warehouse and the show site. We have target booth information and the material handling rates available as well. I'm going to scroll back to the products and services section and go down to the service your booth section. So again, we know sometimes labor can feel a little overwhelming to order. So I want to walk through that piece with you. And I apologize, it's taking a moment to load for me. Once it does load, here we go. What you'll see are the same tile structure, navigation structure that we've seen on the other pages. You'll see display labor, forklift labor and equipment, and hanging signs and equipment labor as well. Further down the page, you'll see the labor rate schedule. This is what determines the rate that you will select when estimating your labor. So depending on the date and time that your labor is occurring, that's what's going to impact your rate. Further down, you can see we have a list of all of the rates before going through the sections up here if you need them, and you can print them from there as well. I'm going to click into the hanging sign labor. Again, I think that's one of the pieces of labor that sometimes creates some confusion. Again, hesitancy can create some overwhelm. So I want to walk through those too. So at the top, again, you'll see important information like our labor jurisdictions and the hanging sign rules and regulations. You'll see the labor rate schedule, and then you can select which type of service you need. Now for hanging signs, typically you're going to need both the install and the dismantle, so it's going to check both for you. And then as you scroll down, we try to take some of the guesswork, some of the confusion out of it by just asking questions about what you're wanting to hang. So you can see we asked for the material, details about your sign, sign assembly instructions. You can upload those directly through this form. We ask for dimensions, and then you can also upload a custom sign placement diagram as well. And then once you get through this and enter in all the required information, you'll give us just an estimation of how much time you think it will take to hang or dismantle the sign. We'll charge based on what actually occurs. So don't feel like you have to know this in exact terms. And then you can add to cart and check out. All right, those are the basics of ordering on Freeman's website. If you do get stuck or if you have a question, we are happy to help. You can reach us by clicking this contact button here. You can view our FAQs, you can chat with a live representative, or you can call us and we will be happy to walk you through and answer any questions that you have. All right, I'm going to pass it back.
Thank you, Kirsten. I'm Dara Osorio. This is Megan Roberts. We're both with Mandalay Bay Exhibitor Services, and we're just going to walk through our exhibitor portal. So this is our login page. Every exhibitor should have already received an email from us with their temporary login. If you haven't, you would still just go to our portal and enter in your email. And once you've done that, you would just click on Forget Password. And you can either reset your password to yourself with either email or text, or we also have the help button up here, and that'll connect you to our team via email, and we'll be able to set you up. Once you have that all done, you log in. And depending if you've attended different events at Mandalay Bay, you'll see all of them there, or if you're just attending tise, you'll just scroll down and find your show. Shop now, and it'll redirect you to this page, which breaks down the times of the move-in, show dates, and move-out. An important date here is January 6th for advanced cutoff. That is also the cutoff for any checks or wires to be submitted before the show starts. We also have our storefront lockdown date, which is January 21st, and that'll be the last day you'll have access to the portal before all orders have to be on site. So once you're here, you can scroll down. We have also the Freeman Companies link if you need that. And if you click here, you'll also be redirected to the tise portal. But if you come back down here, we have our form library. And on here, we have our brochure. And this has all the order forms for all our departments. If you rather print this out, fill it out, and return to our team, and we can distribute to the right departments, but they'll also have the information on here. So this will just be method of payments, floor plans for electrical, internet, cleaning, food and beverage. That'll all be on there. We also have this new form that's our vendor partner overview, and this is going to go more in depth of which department handles what, especially when it comes to those hanging signs, determining if it's our vendor partner Etlin or Encore. But let's just open this. And this gives a breakdown of, like I said, Etlin and the wattage, any booth cleaning stuff, and all their information will be on there too. But Megan here is going to go over a few things of each department in our portal.
Hello. So we're going to go ahead and go through the departments. So on this left-hand screen, this lists all the services we do offer. So we'll start with food and beverage. If you just simply click on food and beverage, it'll bring you on this left-hand side a breakdown of what food and beverage items we offer. So such as for breakfast items, we have baked goods. If you simply click on that, it'll have everything that we offer. The most common things people do order is usually water and coffee. So if you click on non-alcoholic, scroll down, all you'll have to do is click on the item. And then you'll just want to make sure you select the correct quantity, delivery date, and time. So if you we do offer regular water, sparkling, so you can just select which one. You would agree to the terms and conditions, and then you would add it to your cart. If there's something on the website that you're not, if you're looking for something more elevated, Or if you're looking for alcohol, barista service, bar service, anything that we don't offer on the portal, you can just reach out to us on the help button, and then we'll be able to get you connected to our catering department. They'll be able to help create a quote for you on that. Our portal just offers simple drop and go items, but we do have our catering department that can go above and beyond with those options. We also do want to mention that if you do order on our portal, we do advise the exhibitor to be at the booth when the item is delivered so we can ensure that everything's okay. The next thing we do offer is booth cleaning services. We offer porter service and floor cleaning. With porter service and floor cleaning, we just want to make sure you know the square footage of your booth. A lot of these items are based off of the square footage. So if you go into add porter, for example, you select what day you would like, and then right here you would select the booth size you have. And then once again, you'll just agree to the terms and conditions and then add to your cart. And we also offer digital screens, audio equipment, video equipment, truss and motors, overhead lighting. So you can select which one. We do offer for the hanging sign, we have a breakdown of some information in regards to that. But if you're not too sure, all you'll have to do is just add this to your cart, and then it will notify our vendor partners and they'll reach out to you so we can get you to the right team to hang that sign. We also have wired internet options. Just so everyone knows, we do offer complimentary Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is free for exhibitors. The Wi-Fi usually covers for simple use, so like such as like browsing the web, checking your emails. But if you tend to do something more in depth with your booth, such as like demonstrations or streaming, the wired internet connection's the best choice. So if you have any questions, you can just reach out to us and we can help you to click which or select which one to choose. We do also offer cable, phone service, and electrical. Electrical is our big one. On the electrical page, we do have an overview of that. We do have our electrical team's number, so if you're unsure of which one to select, you can give them a call and they'll help you through. They have all of our vendor partners have access to this portal, so they'll be able to add things to your shopping cart for you, so that can make it a little easier. We do offer plumbing service, so if anyone needed a sink or anything maybe related to your booth, we do have plumbing available. So once the items you have selected from the departments are all in your shopping cart, you'll go in this top right-hand corner and click on items in your shopping cart. And then you'll just review to make sure everything looks correct in your cart. And then you'll click on secure checkout. Once you click on secure checkout, it'll bring you to the customer detail page. You just want to make sure that all of these are filled out correctly. So making sure your name, your contact email, your who might be on site, because I know sometimes the person placing the order might not be on site. So we would like to know who would be on site. So if there's any questions, we can contact them, your booth number. Once you verified all that's correct, you'll click next. And then you'll just read through to agree to the terms and conditions, accept, next again. And this is where you'd put your payment information. So you would just select what method of payment. And then once you put your card details in right here, once it loads, you'll just put all your card information and click next, and then you'll be able to get a confirmation. This also sends a confirmation to all the vendor partners you purchased from. So all of our team will be reviewing your order and may contact you if they have any questions or concerns. You'll also be able to go under My Orders on this top right-hand corner. And if you ever need to come back, your orders will be all listed here. You just click on the order number and you'll be able to get that receipt. Otherwise, if you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to us, but that is our online ordering portal.
All righty, I will take it from here. My name is Jillian Taylor. I'm part of our tise operations team, and I'm just going to go over a few important deadlines that you should pay attention to. Uh, we do have a past due deadline for large machinery and equipment that requires additional coordination for move-in. So if you are bringing any large machinery and equipment and have not filled out that form, please do so as soon as possible. Our next deadline they'll be coming in December, which will be the exhibitor appointed contractor deadline. And that's for the full process, the two-step process to be completed. And we'll go over that here in just a moment. Other deadlines coming up are the booth review and approval forms for island booths only. And some of the remaining may not apply to you, but just to be sure that you know about them, if you're doing a complex structure, which is a multi-story or covered structure, there's a form that you must provide to us in order to exhibit at the show with that structure, as well as the exhibit display variance request, vehicle display request deadline, and lead retrieval order discount deadline coming up. As mentioned, the Freeman online discount deadline is December 26th. Mandalay Bay Exhibitor Services advance order price deadline is January 6th. Now, some of these may seem like far out, but they will be coming around the corner here shortly. These deadlines can be found in your exhibitor portal checklist. So make sure to use that checklist as a resource so you don't miss anything. Next slide. For our exhibitor appointed contractor process, I just want to explain what it is. And this is a non-official show contractor hired by you, the exhibitor, to provide services within your booth. The services can include installation and dismantling, supervision, audiovisual, photography, booth furnishings and flooring, or any other function where an outside company is needed. If you're looking for an EAC, you can go to the Exhibitor Appointed Contractors Association at eaca.com. And for any questions on the EAC process, we do have a dedicated team at tise@eacmanagement.com. Next slide. As mentioned, this is a two-step process. The first step is for the exhibitor to designate an EAC so we know they are officially working on your behalf. You must submit that designation by November 1st, which is coming up here shortly, and ensure that your EAC follows through with completing the registration. And the online form is available within the exhibitor portal under resources in the EAC section. Step 2 is the EAC must complete the registration. After you have designated the EAC, they will receive an email with instructions and a link to submit all of their required documents. The EAC must submit all required documents via that online portal and that they receive the link to. EAC requirements must be completed by December 1st. So the full process should be completed by December 1st. Requirements include that they agree to all event, EAC and facility rules and regs, submit a valid certificate of insurance, the COI, and pay the EAC administrative fee, which is $300 per booth being serviced. At that time, they will receive a link to access all of our exhibitor portal information so they can plan for you. It is important that this step is completed, otherwise they will not be able to access the show floor during move-in. Next slide. So to go over shipping again, just as a resource, there are two ways to ship to the show. The advanced warehouse, which is shipping before in advance, and then also shipping directly to show site. It is highly encouraged to ship early to Freeman's advanced warehouse. Freight sent to the warehouse is typically delivered sooner than freight sent directly to the show site based on your target move-in. And you can find these dates either directly on Freeman's site or in your exhibitor portal under dates, important dates and deadlines. Also, you can receive shipping labels there as well as the Freeman online site. And I will hand it over to our sales team, Nikki.
Thank you, Jillian. Hi, my name is Nikki, and I'm an account executive with tise, assisting exhibitors whose company names begin with P through Z in numbers. I wanted to quickly touch base regarding our sponsorship opportunities for the 2026 show. We found that exhibitors who invest in sponsorships, whether printed or digital, can increase their on-site leads by up to 115%. Beyond boosting visibility, sponsorship participation also helps grow your priority points, giving you earlier booth selection on site. You can explore the full sponsorship brochure on the tise website by hovering over the exhibit tab and selecting sponsorships. On the next slide, we've also highlighted where you can view and select sponsorship items directly through your exhibitor portal homepage. Please note that the deadline to secure many of our on-site printed sponsorship items is November 7th, as we'll need ample time to collect your personalized graphics. As always, feel free to reach out to me, Adam, or Randy with any questions, or if you'd like guidance on selecting the best opportunities for your goals. I'm going to hand it over to our show manager, Carrie Cree, with some important reminders.
Hey there, Carrie Cree, show manager for tise. Just quick reminder, be aware of scammers. This could be anybody, any company who falsely represents themselves as tise partners or vendors, people or companies selling official vendor lists, hotel third-party vendors, and there's a lot more, but those are some of the main ones. If you do not see the official tise vendor seal, then it is recommended that you do not do business with them. Next slide. If you have any additional questions after this webinar, you can contact your dedicated sales representative based on legal company name or our client services representative. All the contact information can be found on this slide, or you can reach out to myself or the sales team directly via the website. All of our information is on there as well. And now is the time, if you have any additional questions, please type them in the Q&A box and we will get those addressed before we close out. It doesn't look like we have any other questions, so Amy, take it away.
All right, thank you team for presenting and thank you for taking part in our exhibitor webinar. We hope this was helpful and informative. Don't forget, this will be uploaded to the exhibitor portal if you need to share this with anyone else on your team that may have missed it or you need to go back and revisit some of the items. With the busy holiday season upon us, our next and last webinar will be held on Thursday, January 8th. Same time, just a few short weeks before the show. Watch for the emails with registration links. See you then. Thank you.
Real quick, Amy,
one
question did come through, and it's, does EAC finalization date get extended if they need it?
Yes, so if you're coming in late or something changes, you can still do that, even up to on site. However, it can be a little bit of a process. So to avoid any move-in delays, please try and do it beforehand.
Great. Anything else?
Jillian, what happens if they can't find their name in the EAC dropdown?
So you would reach out to the tise at EAC management or give them a call if you're having an issue right now. Just let me know who you are and we will get that resolved.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us.